Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire this one. Welcome everyone to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Clemson Tigers, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Tigers' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. The returner will field it and bring it back. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The LSU Tigers offense takes the field.
We'll just throw it down and just run. That's not going to... I can see...
Complete to start this drive. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
Gets the back moving. Dropping back, it's Manning. A little release to the back. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game.
And welcome to another episode of the Gators Summit. Sitting on the phone, making some important phone calls right there. They're telling me something. One of the Gators breakdown joined by Allie People, the Inside Gators Football, and Shelton Walker from High Top Sports. It is a busy time in Gator Nation. I don't think Shelton has changed since yesterday. No.
Definitely changed. I might not be able to.
Possession of the game. And Jesse, if there is an old
This was John. We were just talking about this weekend what we got lined up for the booth. So
That's a great point. There is
blue chip stocks.
for experience.
Man, guys, it is a busy time in Gator Nation right now. Gavin Davis is committed to the Gators literally, an hour ago. And then Maxwell Miller about 24 hours ago. We have a spring game to look forward to in about 48 hours. And guys, go ahead and get ready in the comments. We'll do some Q&A. So I know there's just a lot going on in Gator Nation right now. We want to hear from you this episode of the Gator Summit. So we are presented by Private Picks, of course. Use code HMA, play $5, get $50 instantly in lineup. We'll hear more about them later on. But guys, do we have enough time for it all in this episode?
I mean, we might be going all day, guys. There's a lot to get through.
Hell of a week, hell of a 2 days we've had. And again, there's plenty to come in the next couple of days. We are going to be excited to talk about. And we have a special show on Sunday. We still have that rocking to recap the spring game. So, an exclusive. So it's going to be a ton of content, a ton of great conversations. And a busy weekend, not for us, but for John, not on the football field, but off the football field, in regards to the recruiting madness that's happening currently as well, too.
Yeah, for sure. And for some reason, the super chats went away on my end. So, I don't know what happened. We'll see. They may have been left over from last week, but I don't know they were there a second ago. So, either way, you guys leave your comments. As I said, we'll come back around toward the end of the episode.
I can see them.
You can see them. Okay.
Yes, sir. I can't pull them over, but I can read them if you like.
Do they look like new and not from last week? Did that happen last week where they were brought over from the week before?
Oh, this is from last week. You're right.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I've never seen a StreamYard do that. So
maybe that's
how they went away, so I can't show old ones. So either way, guys. There's Newman. Yeah, there's Newman. There we go. That's Steven Newman. We show up.
Yeah. Dave, hey, can you guys go throw a couple of dollars super chats just to see what's working? It's gotta be 100 or more. That's the only way.
Philip Colbert, great to be a Gator. Thank you so much, man. Gator Jeremy checking in once again. Yeah, you, Dave. Chill, don't call me out like that. It's just easy.
Hey, blue chip stock, baby. We gotta get some more suits. I love it.
Hey guys, let's go to about an hour ago. Davin Davidson committed to the Gators. Not much of a surprise. I mean, there was a little bit of suspense, I guess, just because he wasn't letting the cat out of the bag too much. But I think we all felt the visits and just all the talk, all the interviews leading up to this. That it wasn't a huge surprise that he commits to the Gators. Gators get the quarterback right here. It's all summer long. Guys, we hadn't played spring game yet. Certainly no real snap of football, but big-time quarterback, big-time offensive lineman as well. But great start to the offensive side of the 2027 class.
Yeah, I mean, I think huge shout-out to Phil Troutwine. I was so excited that he was the first one to land somebody from the 2027 class. Like, it's wild. It doesn't take years to build momentum to get offensive line recruits. Like, I'm still kind of shocked about that. It's the first 5-star on the line since 2015. That's crazy, Dave. I saw you tweet that, like, you weren't even doing your show at that point. Your show's the oldest of all three of our show. And we're celebrating. This is where championships start, right? It's building your minds. And I'm not in any way saying Florida's won the national championship because they landed 1 5-star, but we haven't done this in a very long time in Gainesville, and so it's a really good start.
I think, look, and Davidson adding your quarterback to the mix. I love Davidson a lot for a multitude of reasons. One, his size is fantastic, 6'7", essentially. And as part of the rankings over the last couple of months, we talked about it, just a moment ago. We did commit, and obviously we have
better effort in the back end for this defense.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels. Pressure the quarterback.
Oh, yeah, I really exploded me there. So obviously he was kind of low in the rankings. That looked at too much, and then went to the Elite 11 and just skyrocketed up to the top 15 between on 3 and 247 where he ranks. And I like it a lot because he's not going to have the expectation to come in and start right away. And I love that the approach the staff is doing too. It's like you still need a quarterback. Will Griffin kind of fits that mold too, personally, where it's like, look, he was kind of that same echelon, 12, 13. And it's like, look, if you're not a 1, 2, or 3 top tier quarterback, what was happening was these 5-star quarterbacks were asking $2 and $3 million. So, they put this money in. Like, was the kid going to play? Yeah, I guess. Give him $3 million. That's that starting money, right? So we kind of got down that rabbit hole for a little bit. I like that we've repositioned ourselves. Look, we've seen blueprints, right? We talked about that. Like, what are referee blueprint style? I feel like style or this blueprint. Kind of, people aren't going to like this, but it fits what Miami's been able to do, right? They go spend the money in the trenches and then go, and their quarterback attack is a bit different, right? And I think that you play a little bit of fire when you try to go out of the portal every single year. They seem having success with it. They had to break some rules with this past one, but that's besides the point. And so rather what we are doing is saying, you get a quality guy, you stack the room, you're able to build it. Well, Sean, it's hard to build rooms. Well, there's teams that are doing it. Georgia is one of them. You can maintain it if the expectations are set properly. And I believe those expectations were set properly with Davidson. Big Keith Bieber on 3, and he goes, look, he is aware that he's not going to come in and be the guy from day one. And so when I heard that, I was like, send the farm. Because obviously we know we were in the mix for Elijah Haven. Bears moving on this. That was more for that pass cycle. 5-star kid, 5-star quarterbacks, get everybody excited. We get excited with 5 stars. We started, my tummy hurt after what we had with our past 5-star quarterbacks. Like, let's make this real 5 stars. What I mean by that is, like you said, defensive linemen, we've seen these guys go in and be impactful right away. My next big wish list would be an edge play. Love to go get a 5-star edge guy, right? Like a Colin Simmons-esque type that can come in and be impactful right away. Or even an interior guy, right? Hell, I mean, if John wants to blow this lid off, make this cowboy hat a little bit taller, we need Jalen Bruce from Texas Tech. And then this thing, I'm telling you,
He's going to be here this week, so
he's coming back. You can slip on this show now. You can get the juices flowing. You can just say, oh, interested that you weren't supposed to be saying. Are you serious?
I am serious.
Oh.
trying to find that physicality. They get so many great players across the country.
Brewster needs to see what we got going on here. I'm going to come out and have a blank big check. Those factors that you get when you get the car, and I'm just going to bring it. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't leave from back.
I mean, look, maybe on that note, too, I think just maybe the snowball effect of this. I mean, just as hard as on the recruiting headlines. From yesterday to today, 5-star linemen, you've identified your quarterback, you got your quarterback. So what does this mean? And look, I mean, there's, Amari Patterson, a receiver. There's a group of, 4-star receivers, Florida's in for right now as well. You got to think those guys are seeing what's going on right now. And I think part of this, too, obviously, stuff we hadn't seen in forever, but there was a lot of questions about this John Summerall staff and who would he know? Who would he bring with him? Can he build a staff from the likes of Troy and Tulane? Obviously didn't spend a ton of time in the SEC at Kentucky, but looks like was able to lay some ground roots or grassroots to at least have enough respect to get some assistant coaches like Buster Fulton and Phil Trotline to come with him. But Joe Craddock's name is it is just okay. Well, 98% of Gator Nation probably didn't know who Joe Craddock was 5 months ago. And now your quarterback is saying, hey, I mean, Buster got some things to do, but it's like Craddock's behind the line of scrimmage. That's a guy who brought with him.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. This time, they get him in the backfield, and they take back what he got on the previous play.
Defense becomes even more heightened in this area of the field. You get the short yardage situations, the goal-to-go situations. They got to be dialed in. That's 2 big stops in a row by this defense. Forcing a 3rd and goal, putting some pressure now on this offense.
And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal from the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
That's why if you get one, guess what? They want to play together. You got your quarterback. Wide receivers know who you're bringing in. They want to play.
They'll be able to get off one more play.
Defense is like, shoot your offense is going to be cooking. I want to go play on the other side of the ball. Like, it does.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
And
he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel as these stats will show
the best recruiter that I can be for this program. And it sounds like that's what we have. And these kids all talk to each other. They see each other in camps. They see each other on visits. Social media has connected us like never before, even if they live in other states and whatever. Talent wants to play with talent. So, hopefully we're done this weekend. I think that's a pretty crazy thought this early into the process.
Momentum is a big thing that if we were talked about is that John seems to do a great job of capitalizing on and creating it as well. A big thing too, right? Recruiting is crazy, and you never can get guaranteed to paperwork signed. But he's said it with the DB3. There's a couple guys that would come in every class. You're like, that guy's not going. And Maxwell Hiller being a top-tier guy like he is, you obviously are always a bit concerned. And anything can happen. But we've watched this whole movement unfold and just how he's approached it. Like you said, both these young men, and Davidson and Maxwell, the way they've approached the commitment and how they handled it afterwards, don't seem like kind of like a fly-by seat of your pants. This is taking a jab. But everyone Peyton Joseph, the offensive lineman, it didn't feel like it felt like cool, but like this thing is not as far from over. This doesn't feel that way. right? It feels like there has been a genuine, and I think the way that the staff wanted to approach it, because David said that he committed to Florida like 3 weeks ago to the staff, and they probably loved that. Let's work it. And we got crystal balls, but it wasn't locked in. It kind of had a little bit of floating around a little bit, which I like that the sequency was able to be pretty tight knit as well. But back to the staff as well that I love. He did mention, I love that. Say, I'm not going to hire friends. Let's double down. I'm like, look, I know I brought Rusty and Joe Paddock over. These guys are good.
Sometimes you see great shooters, and they
I'm also going to, if they're good, I'm going to continue to bring them with me. I'm not kidding.
Like the last couple weeks.
That to me is very refreshing.
It's through the roof, running the offense at an elite
I was
level.
not
You can tell
there are some
in
people
complete
bring
control of
friends
this
over.
offense.
But it's like, hold on. The guy can go and hire Troutwine, Brad White, and Buster Faulkner. We're going to question the
third play of the drive, third down. It's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open.
Each season,
I talk
about all the time. You grade him for what he's done thus far. I mean, we're early into the recruiting cycle of this because, again, official big OPs are happening in May and June. But 50 recruits, including the Jalen Brewster this weekend.
The red zone. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
So I think that there will be some names that we might actually be caught off guard on. In that list of 50, I think
using your pads,
we are going to be
running
surprised.
through them, and guess what? Not only this play doesn't feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle,
I'm freaking out. I mean, I feel like you just told me that, some guys do special teams.
Not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the
remember early on in this time here, we saw John everywhere. Mainly next to our guy, you got that, right? And I don't think they were just watching basketball.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive on first and goal. They get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing.
He was on our show. He didn't ask us for any money, though. But again, all those things paid dividends, right? Of getting your face out there and showing you that I am not afraid to be. Al, you said this. When you come coach of the university where you're flying close to the sun, he's like, NASA, shoot me up there. I'm ready to ride, baby. And I think he has won over
craziness that we are.
Yeah. And look, I mean, I think you guys can confirm this. A lot of boosters that were in support of the Lane Kiffin trade backed up when this happened. This isn't good.
He dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Leaves it with the back. And I think they'll mark him right at the line of scrimmage. Didn't help much with the breathing room, but on the outside, they avoided the safety. Breaks into the open. Really nice run to get it out to the 23 before he goes out of bounds. The Tigers want to move quickly.
How about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Here comes Clemson with another first down.
Really nice play there catching the pass. And I'll tell you, it's not easy to get on the field these days at Clemson if you're a Warrior. Because of the success they've had recruiting and all the NFL talent they've had outside at the position, getting on the field and competing is no simple task. It's not easy to do. But this guy has everything you...
And he's on the bottom of it. Now it's worse. The ball's loose. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now. Get ready for another one.
Off play action on first down. Quickly to the tight end. Running like he wants that football as he gets to the 37. And the Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Off the play fake. Grabbed behind the line. It's Smothers. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge third down coming up.
It's showing that he's high emphasis on high school recruiting. And kids flying in. Like, I noticed that no one followed start line anywhere. He was still in
Catch in the middle, it's Brown. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Offense has it at the 28 on first down.
Yeah.
Wants to keep it in the air. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in the hole here in the first half is this has been a sack part. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down.
Oh, he's got some space. Gets it past the first down marker and still running.
Listen, the other team they played against, and that team, if you look at the core of that, the star talent was
what an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. That he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
You're in the state of Florida. You are in the
fielded in the end zone. It's Barry.
And honestly, as I'm thinking about it, Dan Laney has
at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half.
State obviously continues to fall. They are heavily recruited.
Looking to throw it,
Sanders. One that can maybe take on the Indiana
lets it fly.
Because where they're at, it's up to
brings it down on the right
type of
side.
guys they would like to get out there.
And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards.
That's
the
another story for another day. But yeah, I couldn't agree more. And again, that's why five-star quarterbacks don't excite me. I don't believe you build that way. I do feel that the long-term quarterback definitely has shown in the last couple of years.
Makes the grab. It's Anderson.
And maybe that's where you sit. That's the way they go. But that's you change your approach.
That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
You got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the Q.
Touchdown by the Bengals. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
I was just going to say,
I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side. Keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Skill position and game managers at quarterback.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
Be a game manager, but you don't need
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense.
Going to get your system.
If you like old-fashioned, grind it up, run over football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to...
So that your ones and twos are on one field, your threes and fours.
And that will be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early. He's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives. They've scored 2 touchdowns. And here on their third pick,
It's a room in the middle.
I think it is.
He's racked up 92 yards rushing, and that is
No
quite
doubt.
an
And look,
impressive
we kind of
first
talked about
half here in this season opener.
That a little bit more. Weaver on the other day from on through. He goes, look, I keep an eye out for another 5-star offensive lineman.
Dropping back, it's Fafita.
Boys. Ron Percy, I think, is another one to keep an eye on.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at 29. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's second and long. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And the defense
I think I'm going to get hold of that one as well. And again, now you mentioned it, I saw you almost said it too, Dave. Since you started the show, you haven't played such a prestigious group of the offensive line, which is wild that they
check down would be the last resort.
Thanks for holding it down for us, Dave.
Let's it fly on the move. Makes a catch at the 20. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
I've been able to talk about.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Getting worked on the ground. He's pulled down the 14-yard line.
love that.
You got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points
yeah,
on the board
Maxwell,
before the
obviously,
break. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first
about
without
that
scoring.
But it's not for the class thus far. We'd love to continue to have more pieces surrounding him.
Second down, they'll go to the air.
Too concerned with five smart
Into the end
receivers. Those excite me.
Can't make the grab as he was
See
going
those
for
guys
six
be able to
right
make
there.
Man, they could have flipped that field in a
he's a
hurry, right? They give him
one
some
to keep
yards,
an eye on.
they're
Certainly
sitting
committed
there in
to
the red
Texas. I
zone,
know
a
Florida's
chance to
really worked
make
him.
a big play. Yeah, he could have made that interception and could have flipped his feet.
Better get that seismic grab ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming.
I think going back to the trot wide angle, and it's like I got asked today with radio
Brushes on him.
Jacksonville. It's like
And
I don't think he has success. And I was like, think he goes back. So
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down.
Probably has changed. The toughness, the physicality of it all.
It's good. He could have hit a
Yeah, I think
string
he
right
shared.
in the
He
middle
had
of the
success
uprights there.
right away as a coach at Boston.
And we are dead even here in the second.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. From the shotgun, they'll run it. There he goes. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. This will likely be the last play of the half.
He was the door. Is there
Back to throw, it's Manning. Flips it out on the screen. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime updates.
Fellas, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Baton Rouge. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in Baton Rouge.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good...
Makes the catch on the right side. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Clemson is quick to the line.
This offense not wasting any time. First play of the third quarter, and they're aggressive, taking a shot. You know they had some conversations in the locker room at halftime. How can we get a big one right out of the gate? The defense isn't going to be expecting it. They took the shot, they hit it, and this offense is up.
The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Here's a heat. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Well, that's a phenomenal individual effort getting that sack. What a dominant play. I'll tell you, playing here at Death Valley, a play like that now is going to get this crowd hyped up. And that's something as an opposing quarterback you do not want. Take it from me. I know it from experience. I remember my true freshman year playing at night here in Death Valley. That was the first time in my life I understood what the term hostile environment meant. This place is scary.
Turning it on. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Clemson set up with another first down. Rides the back on the option to give. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Gives Leaves it on the option. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Back to throw, it's Fafita. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Tigers. They take the lead with the 6. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his man. It's Anderson. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. Looking for a productive play on first down. They're going to run it. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Touch pass on the right. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Bringing the heat. Grab near the marker. It's Parker. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. They'll go to the ground. Breaks into the open. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they got it on the 22. The Tigers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Finds his big tight end. Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. He was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you can see the
touchdown Tigers! Fit it in the window for the score. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. At the 45 on its way. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Clemson jumps to the line.
Defense just has not had an answer for this tight end. We knew he was athletic coming into this one, and they've lined him up all over the field, but the defense has not been able to cover him. He's now got over 150 receiving yards.
Complete to the left. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Makes the catch. It's done. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. The analytics nerds say the goal was at least 4 yards on 1st and 10. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Pocket breaking down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. To the air, it's Manning. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Touchdown LSU! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And the extra point was good, no incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front. Good job being physical by that D-line, too.
Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got it along the sideline. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. Caught in the backfield, it's Brown. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Clemson is quick to the line.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll.
Oh, he's got some space. We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. They'll move the tight end. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's now up to 104 yards rushing, and with that run, he's now over 100 yards on this opening day. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He picks it up, still on his feet. He'll be brought down, but he was trying with everything he had to turn that disaster into a 1st down. He came up a little short. These 2 quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. These 2 team's about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth all tied up. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Tries to slither forward on the sneak.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall there.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease. Push somebody back. Create some space. There was nowhere to go.
And that's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David. Just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
Hey. He's got it all right. Find some room. Touchdown, Tigers. They move on top here in the fourth.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. A really nice job methodically driving down the field the last time they had it, but the missed field goal ruined the drive. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Tigers in the hurry up. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. The Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Smothers. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They'll run play action. That's caught. It's Brown. It's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in.
Gonna take a shot. Snags it inside the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, LSU!
How about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, and number 3 is coming soon.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Lawrence. And the returner will be knocked down.
Well, that is a very disappointing kickoff return. They've got to do a better job up front blocking these guys running down the field. There was just nowhere for that return man.
And the roar is reverberating throughout this stadium as the defense has them pinned deep. Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Got a man, it's Brown. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge 3rd down coming up. Pressure coming. the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. He'll pull it on the read. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
On the move. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Clemson has their paws on it.
Dagger, baby.
The offense. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Yeah, baby.
The Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to do everything right.
Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You've got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
He'll keep it on the sneak. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. On fourth down, going to the air. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. Got room on the return. Past the 50. Inside the 30. Past the 10. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And they turn it into a defensive score.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Iowa is getting dominated today, and friends, the folks in Iowa City deserve better than this. No excuse ever for this kind of a clunker of a showing. They're trailing by 18 to Florida. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Back to pass. It's Fafita. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long, under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Brown. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Got his man on the right.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
Makes the grab. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room. Defend.
And it's all about coachable moments, and obviously they have not had a ton of success throwing the ball in this game, but as a coach, I think you're just looking for positives, like that play right there, even late in the game, taking your steps, making the right read, an accurate throw, positive plays that you can build upon offensively for the next game.
This offensive line trying anything to protect the quarterback at this point. Nothing's working, and they'll back up after the holding penalty. Looking for a man. It's Fafita. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. Play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And with that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. They'll run it to keep the clock moving.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
They make the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. With the catch, it's Anderson. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half.
And there's no mercy rule in college football. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter, and they're still staying aggressive. They're still throwing the football, going out and executing, working on their craft.
There he goes. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
that score, you start to get excited because you can feel the momentum starting off 2-0. I mean, you got to finish this one off, but there's a great chance you're going to. But this season has started just like you've wanted it to. Now just keep climbing. See how high we can get in these rankings.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week, for the rest of this season, so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
Quick completion on the out route. He gets it past the 30, and they'll get him out of bounds at the 32. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Looking for a man. It's Fafita. Hauls it in. Smashes through the tackle. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And just a short safe. Play, they pick up a few. Second down coming up. Still firing away as they'll go down swinging. And the pass is incomplete, looking for a little salve for the wound, but the ball game is over. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the player. As you come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now, to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Go to the architect.